I think the top three things that I want voters to know about who I am is that number one, I love this job. I have high standards and ethics that I apply to the job that I do every day, and I think that makes me a good fit for auditor. The second thing is that I think being a good leader is vital. However, I also think being a good servant is vital. My staff will tell you that I will be the first one to roll up my sleeves and do the hard work when necessary. And the last thing is that I take the election process seriously. I feel an obligation to make sure that voters are educated on who I am. I created a website during the campaign process, not to gain votes from voters, but to be able to educate voters so that when they sit down on that day, that they're confident in the decision that they're making. I'm not sure that I ever aspired to run for public office or to be a politician. I think personally, my goals were always to just work hard, to take pride in my work, and to serve wherever I was needed. I think that those goals are what led me to leading the auditor's office today. However, I guess if I had to pick one thing, I would say that what inspired me to step up to this role is my staff. So I think that they're a staff of hardworking people. They do a great job in a job that's not always popular, and they really deserve a great place to work and a good leader, and I want to continue to be able to provide that for them. That's very important to me. I do believe that my background makes me the best candidate for the auditor position. I have a bachelor's degree in business administration with a double option in accounting and management information systems. I started with the auditor's office in the year 2000, so I've been with the auditor's office for 21 years now. I served 8 years as the assistant auditor controller and another 6 years in management. Either way, all 21 years have been in some type of leadership role or another in the auditor's office. I've been fortunate enough to have worked in all areas of the office, either because I was assigned there or because there was some vacancy that we needed to fill in for, which has been just a wealth of experience for me. I am active in many organizations, so I'm active in the California State Association of County Auditors, the Government Finance Officers Association, the Government Investment Officers Association, and I've been active in those organizations for a number of years, which has afforded me the opportunity to build relationships with our counterparts in other counties, and that has really served Shasta County well, having those relationships that we can call on when we need. I keep up on all of my continuing education. I've been doing that long even before I was required to do so. So most recently, I have completed a master's certificate program through the National Association of Counties and the Professional Development Academy, and received a certificate in high performance leadership, and also received the designation as a certified government investment professional. So I do like to learn, but more importantly, I like to make sure that I'm prepared and I can do the best job that I am tasked to do. My top priority is always to serve the public and other county departments, and I believe we can do that in 3 ways. We can continuously provide education, making sure that people understand what it is that we do and what they're seeing. We can ensure transparency and accuracy in the financial reporting that we provide, and we can work tirelessly to make sure that we're eliminating any possibility of waste, fraud, or abuse in government. I think the first thing we need to do is ensure that we keep meeting with the public, making sure that they're informed on what it is that our office does and making sure that they understand the information that they're seeing. I think the second thing is we need to make sure that we're continuing to perform audits at the same level that we are now. The statistics of our audits can be found in the Citizens Report on the last page. That document is located on the intranet, the county intranet page. And I think that we also need to make sure that we continue to focus on the concept of waste. That is a priority for us. We were instrumental this past year in having the language about waste added to the county policies. I would like to say that we have not identified any instances of waste, fraud, or abuse in the county. However, I think it's extremely important to have that added to the policies so that it's first and foremost in the front of everyone's mind. I think people are facing all kinds of challenges in today's world, whether it be COVID, housing shortages, employment shortages. However, in regards to our office and what's going on in our community, I think the biggest challenge that people face right now is being able to filter through all of the information that they're hearing and being able to decipher what is true and what's not true. When I'm elected, I plan to continue to do what we do every day. We need to make it a priority to educate the public on how to use and interpret the information that we have. Transparency is extremely important to our office, and I would just like to say that whatever information we have, we're happy to share it. I think things are very divided right now, especially in our community. And I think the way to bring people together, first and foremost, we need to respect that others want to be involved in their government, and we need to appreciate that and to realize that they have a right to bring their questions forward. Our office is always happy to share what we know. I do think this question, again, emphasizes the biggest challenge that people are facing today, being able to filter through all of the information that they're hearing out there and deciding what's true and what's not true. Fortunately for me, my office is a nonpartisan office, and my roles and responsibilities are the same regardless of my political preferences and whether or not we're in an election year. To be honest, I have a full-time job, and my goal right now is to not let the divided nature of politics distract me from what I've been hired to do or from the level of service that the public expects us to provide. I believe that respect and kindness are vital, especially in the workplace. I do believe that the relationships that we build with departments, other agencies, and our own staff are important, and those things are extremely important to me. I think that sometimes that kindness and respect can be misconstrued as not being able to stand my ground, and I would assure you that that is not the case. If you talk to people who are familiar with my work history, they can attest to that. I do think that there's a way to strike a balance where you can be ethical and firm and independent and still not disregard others around you. So I think a challenge that has prepared me for public office is perhaps just working in the auditor's office for the last 21 years. I can tell you that working in an auditor's office is not always a popular position to be in. I think that it requires you to have thick skin at times. And I also think that on a positive note, being able to build those relationships, being able to gain the trust and the confidence and respect of those you work with is extremely important. And I do feel like I've earned that in my 21 years here, and that will serve me well going forward.